It is extremely sad that these kind of crimes are happening at this time in the country, and we feel that there is a reason behind it. That suddenly people who have already been suppressing some emotions are feeling that it's okay now to come out and express them, and in a very violent way. And it's really sad even more to see that people in responsible positions, such as even the media, the CNN, when they air something like that, fine, it is free speech, whatever somebody can say, that's okay. But you have to be a little bit more responsible, I feel, to see, what the situation is like and how whatever you are showing is going to affect. Is it going to have a negative effect?
And also the religious literacy part, right?
Exactly. It's not even correct.
Because, he's not a Hollywood or Bollywood person. He's supposed to be making a documentary on religion.
Right, and exactly. So apart from the fact that, this is not an appropriate time to air something like that, plus they have to show responsibility on checking their facts. Is it correct what this is showing? What is it? So it's totally, one can lose faith in the mainstream media if, this goes on.
Absolutely right. So you've been involved with Art of Living for many, many years, and the little I know much of it is focused towards bringing equality and peace in the world. So from your organization's point of view, are there something that you're thinking to do for the community on this issue?
See, our whole premise of Art of Living is that peace starts from each individual. So our programs are targeted at how you bring your peace for yourself, and then you are able to you empower yourself first, and then you can make a difference in the whole community, whole society. So we are continuing our work. We are spreading it to more and more people. Whoever wants to come and take over the breathing techniques and the meditation programs, they should join. This is the right time to really not panic and do something more for your own self, and then you can help the entire world.
Sure. Right, Kate, thank you so much for joining us in the Evergreen Village Square to stand with the community. If you could say a little about yourself and your organization and why you are here today.
Absolutely. My name is Kate Chance, and I am the Interfaith Coordinator for an organization called Islamic Networks Group. We've been around for 24 years, and we work to combat stereotypes against the Muslim community, but also against different faith communities as well. We have different panels working against combating different stereotypes against Hindu Americans, Muslim Americans, Jewish Americans, Christian Americans, and also Buddhist Americans. We're also leading a campaign called Know Your Neighbor, which is a national coalition with over 40 interfaith organizations, and we work to fight different stereotypes, but also advocate the importance of knowing our neighbors and getting to know those of different faiths from our own.
For having me here on the show. I do know Indrajit and Jumi. I've known them for many, 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 many years. I've been living in Evergreen for almost 30 years. It's been a lovely, lovely place to live in, a great place to raise my family. But what we are seeing around the country is also happening here. It's happened with me personally. I've just been quiet about it. But I realize that what I saw here today, how Indrajit spoke up, and the law enforcement, our elected leaders, community members, everyone took action. That is what this country, what makes this country great. That is why we are all here, why we all feel safe. I'm so proud to be a resident of San Jose. This is such an incredibly diverse community. And I think coming here has given me a sense of kinship with my community, and a sense that I truly do belong. I'm not alone. I'm not the only one feeling this fear for myself, for my children, that they should not be judged by the way they look. We should not be judged by the way we appear. And it's very heartening to find that our elected leaders also stand up for us. And I want to urge the Indian community in particular that they need to vote. They need to stay engaged in the political process. Your voices are very important. And don't be passive. If you have not registered, please register. If you have registered and not voted, please vote. And the one good thing that has happened, despite the fear that many of us in the community feel, is the fact that we are all coming out to events like this. There is a sense of solidarity, a sense that we are not alone. And there are many others of our brethren that are feeling this same discrimination, the same fear. So we are not alone. And I'm incredibly heartened to come here today and to see that our law enforcement, our police, they're all going to look out for us. But we have to look out for ourselves. We have to introduce ourselves to our neighbors. We have to get to know. And we have to stand up every time our neighbors are in trouble. Then they will stand up for us. So I'm really glad that the Indian community has come together for this. I think this is the first event in San Jose that I know of that's specifically taken to address the needs of the South Asian community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vandana. I really appreciate your response here.
My idea is really when this happened to me, I was scared. I was very, very scared. And so I called the police. That was the first thing that went through my mind, is somebody to tell the story that, hey, if I'm shot, for example, which fortunately I did not. And what I found in the process, as the word went around, that they don't have statistics. We have to help the police so that they can help us. So if we don't speak up, then nobody can help us. So we need to speak up, get the word around that if this is happening to you, let the authorities know, let the community know, so that we can all speak out in unison as one, because we are all one here. The word went around and I got many phone calls, Facebook messages from people whom I know, people whom I don't know, who said this also happened to them. Many think that we should just keep quiet. No, this should not be something that we keep quiet, because worse things can happen to us. And we keep quiet and nobody will ever know what has happened. Nobody can help us in that case. So the thing is, be bold, speak out, don't feel shy, don't feel afraid, and come together as a community so that we can stop, because we are here to stay. We are not going back to India. Our friends, our parents, our relatives may say, come back, but that's not the answer to the problem.
Thank you so much, Indrajit. It's very inspiring for all of us to have you here today and to share your experience and help us build the community together. Thank you again.
Hi, my name is Kirpal Singh Atwal. I'm one of the committee members at Sikh Gurdwara San Jose, and I'm here today to raise our voice that we are all united, all together, and we will all together kind of fight any hatredism anybody has against the foreigners, especially the foreigners. And there are a lot of incidences that are happening, and there are some people are taking benefit of it, and like breaking cars or even stealing cars, and which is really not good. And we all wanted to unite together and be vigilant and be careful. Don't go out at nighttime, especially if you're single. Go at least 2 or more people together if you're going for a walk, and do all things possible you can do. And if anything happens, and we want to call the police right away and take appropriate actions.
My name is Simran Kaur. I have a quick message that I wrote up for you guys that I would like to share. I think it represents not just my feelings for the past couple of events, but all of the youth of today. I am a Sikh. I am a woman. I wear a turban to cover my unshorn hair. I am not afraid. Though fear may be omnipresent, with the whiplash of recent heinous actions, I know better. I know that equality between races is not just a dream. I know that the word terrorist will not automatically be associated with any person who wears a turban. I know my generation will change that. Because the idea that people don't seem to comprehend about the resistance is that it isn't about having extra rights, it's about having equal rights. Racism is yet another mountain in which we must climb together in order to achieve equality and basic civil rights. Together, we can achieve that goal. Together, we can support the resistance. Together, we can address the problem at hand. Together, we can strengthen the weakened nation that has divided us. It is not a problem that will produce a solution in midair. We need to work together to overcome the issue that separates mankind. With our goal in mind, we can fight the problem that kills our brothers and sisters, our moms and dads, and our aunts and uncles. We must honor people like Balbir Singh, the first victim of a hate crime motivated by Islamophobia after 9/11. He was a Sikh who was killed outside his gas station. We must unite as one, with a force stronger than ever that fights bigotry and hate crimes and leaves no chance against a movement like ours. We must fight for the oppressed, the minorities with no voice. We must stand together. And together we will fight the issue that kills our own. Together we will prevent the deaths of many, because ignorance isn't bliss, awareness is. We must not doubt one another, because as Shakespeare once said, though she be but little, she is fierce.